So hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So what I have here today finally is the 2023 Suzuki Swift GL CVT. I've always wanted to tour one of this. So I would like to thank Suzuki Auto Hub BGC and to Sir FJ Pass for making this walk around tour possible. His contact details will be here and in the description down below. So hit him up if you want to buy the last ever Suzuki Swift. This is actually a very good Suzuki, and it's probably, for me, in my opinion, I have not even ridden or driven this at all. This could be the best Suzuki out there at the moment. So let's start here at front. You get your usual Suzuki. It looks exactly like with the Suzuki Desire. I just did a review of that too. Check it out on my channel. Basically, this is the hatchback version of the Suzuki Desire, since I've driven that first. But the main components of the Desire came from the Swift, since that was just converted to a notchback. As you can see, of the rear of the Desire, it's just way smaller than this. But I would personally take this Suzuki Swift in this, because not just it looks like a Mini Cooper as everyone says. I mean, I kind of get it now, especially here on the side profile. There's a lot of cues of it. What I like with the Suzuki Swift in the first place is the motorsport heritage. Well, mainly with rallies. So I'll see a lot of people who buy Suzuki Swifts. They mod them the hell out of this. So personally, if I want to buy this exact one right now, I would specifically mod it to group and rally style. That's the spec I would like. Anyways, back here at front, you get halogen lights and fog lamps all around, but surprisingly, you get LED DRLs. The ground clearance is actually pretty low at 120 millimeters, but for some reason, I think this can go up even here in the notorious bumps here in BGC without doing the S maneuver whatsoever. So hopefully I can have a drive of this very soon to see if 120 millimeters is the actual ground clearance. So you got no repeaters here on the side mirrors, but they're present here on the body itself. And you get meaty wheels. So these are 16-inch alloy wheels. And two, you get Bridgestone Ecopia Eco tires for this Suzuki Swift. Surprisingly, 16 inches for a car of this size. That's actually pretty good already. I won't even have to touch that anymore. And two, powering this Suzuki Swift GL. It's basically the same throughout the Swift lineup, except for the upcoming hybrid ones. Hopefully, we'll get that in the future. So, powering this Suzuki Swift GL is a 1.2 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine that produces 83 horsepower and 113 Newton meters of torque. And the name itself too, this one's mated to a CVT transmission. And surprisingly for this car, there's a lot of space here in front. And of course, this is just a walk-around tour. But I've asked already a few friends of mine who are able to drive this and what's their experience like with the Swift. It's been very reliable. And two, the fuel economy in city driving, even absolute heavy, like now just behind the camera here in BGC, you can get around 9 to 10 kilometers per liter. And on the highway, you can get as much as 15 to 18 kilometers per liter. That's according to my friends. But I know you can go even as high as above the 20 kilometers per liter range. So hopefully in the future, again, I will be able to test all of this out. And this was really light, surprisingly. So here now at the rear of the Suzuki Swift. So ironically, you get mostly halogen lights up front except for your DRLs. But for your entire rear, the tail lights are all LED. They as well look like crab claws. I find it weird that they just put all LED up front. Maybe that was just for the former GLX Black Edition, if not mistaken only. So generally here at the rear, with the design overall of this Swift, it's clean throughout. My favorite part has got to be this rear quarter panel. I literally forgot all about this already regarding Swifts. I was finding stupidly the door handle, but they're right here on the pillar itself, which gives it a unique look, and it's actually one of the most unique ones too in this class. And here at the rear, you get sensors all around, and your washer nozzle here too for your wiper. And ironically, I would say, oh, never mind. There's a reverse camera over here. So there have been a lot of changes from the 2021 model to 2022 up to now. I thought this did not have a reverse camera at all, but surprisingly there is now. So open the boot up of this Swift. It's actually pretty generous too regarding the space. You have a total here of 242 liters. well, you can literally fit a lot of stuff here. Planning to go on a holiday or go for a race, yes, all of my equipment here will fit here just fine even without folding down the seats. So here on the left side, you have a grocery hanger and a halogen light. That's pretty much it. Then you have a thick tonneau cover. I'm sorry, are those Jollibee employees doing TikTok? And finally, when you fold all of the seats down now, it totals at 556 liters. I'm not sure if 556 liters is correct, but it does say max volume. In case if you wanna roof to roof all of your stuff here, it will total at 918 liters, which sounds actually a lot better. So yeah, that's about here with the exterior, the boot, and the engine of the Suzuki Swift. Let's check out the interior. So this is the interior of the Suzuki Swift GL. So here in the door card, well, all door cards, they're all plastic throughout, but you get a white trim on either side of the front doors, which gives it a nice touch at least. And then you get cubby spaces, cup holders on either side. Well, I just only have a bottle with me. It fits perfectly. And surprisingly, the door studs doesn't sound bad at all. I like that. So here in the interior overall, again, it's alright, it's decent. Again, everything's plastic here and there, even on top of the dashboard. But again, you have that nice white trim again that stretches all the way to the right side. And then here on the left side, you get an air conditioning vent and an ungodly amount of blank buttons. Well, everything's blank. Then here in the steering wheel, it's a steering wheel, it's urethane. Very nice to the touch though. And then you only got controls for your volume and adjustments for the display right in the middle of the instrument cluster. So you have very massive bezels for your analog tachometer and speedometer. I do like the chrome trims around them. It gives it like a very Rolex look in my opinion. Then here in the middle, two air conditioning vents, a hazard button, and finally, what compared only from the previous model years, you get an 8-inch infotainment system equipped with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and now finally too, a reverse camera. Because the 2022 review said they had all of the Apple and Android but not the reverse camera. Thank God now this 2023 model is equipped with it. And then further down below, you get your air conditioning controls, your usual Suzuki. Further down, a USB port, an aux cord, a 12-volt socket, and a cubby space for your phone. Further behind, yet again, two cup holders, fit small bottles perfectly. And then here around in the gear shift, I love there's a silver trim around it. And then the handle itself is gloss black. Remember, like all Suzukis, regardless it's automatic or just CVT, you have an overdrive button on the left side of it. That's me clicking it. And then there's no manual mode despite only being a CVT. But it got me curious though, if ever I have a chance to drive this Suzuki Swift, I want to know how this CVT will perform, because I've never ever actually driven a Suzuki that has a CVT transmission, because they're usually automatics or the very popular and very weird, but I really like AGS, the single clutch transmission units. Same like with the Suzuki Celerio. Little teaser for you guys right there. And anyway, further behind here, you get a manual handbrake, two blank buttons over here. I know this is for your heater if it's the GLX top of the line model. Let me know in the comments down below. And then behind you have a cup holder yet again. Fits small bottles perfectly. Then glove box, kind of small, but I don't mind since this is a hatchback anyways. So above here you have your halogen lights. That's pretty much it. Visor, you got a vanity mirror only. Don't extend sadly. Big highlight for me though with this Swift GL are the seats. Yes, these are all fabric only, and hilariously there's a Mercedes pattern here on the seats itself. But despite that, you get one of the most aggressive bolsterings I've ever seen in any fabric seat. I mean, just look how much there is. And here, demo. I'm a skinny person by the way, but yeah, against with the competition, I've not experienced this any kind of bolstering whatsoever. So make me a little bit more excited now to drive one of these one day. So yeah, that's about here in front. Pretty basic here, but still doable. So the rear seats too, it's all fabric.
along too with their Mercedes style patterns, and then space there in the back, surprisingly pretty good. Knee room, feet room, and headroom are all decent, but I'm an average size adult anyway, so, and I think 5'7" and 5'8" people will be just alright there in the back. And then sitting in the middle, there's a transmission tunnel. It's only thin, but you can just simply put your feet up, and surprisingly sitting there in the middle seat is much more comfortable than in left and right side of the seats, but the space there's still excellent throughout. You can fit 3 people there comfortably. So on the door cards too, they're all plastic yet again, this time without the white trims, and then you only have cup holders on either side. Still fits a very small bottle, which is fine. So yeah, that's about it here with this Suzuki Swift GL. Finally, I got to feature this now on my channel. So for the cost of all of this is where it gets interesting. So during the pandemic, literally 2021, this used to cost at 799,000 pesos. Then the following year, 2022, 844,000 pesos. And then this year, 2023, this now retails at 972,000 pesos. So got me thinking, I think I understand now why they got rid of the GLX top of the line model. But this GL still has all the goodies here and there. And yeah, I think this is one of the more expensive ones in this class. However though, with my friends who are able to drive this, shout out to all of you too, you'll get a lot for your money in terms of driving dynamics. This is what's getting me excited to drive one of these again one day. So yeah, that concludes my walk around review of the Suzuki GL Swift. And so I'd like to thank everyone here again at Suzuki Auto Hub BGC and to Sir FJ for making this all possible. So hope you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you with an upcoming Suzuki Land Out coming right up. Bye bye.